Have you ever experienced a strong need for love, almost to the point of longing, as if it's the missing piece that would finally bring your life to completion? Love is often portrayed by our society as the ultimate goal, the peak of human experience, and the miraculous solution for every problem we have. But what if we told you that this never-ending chase for love might actually be more of an obstacle than a help in achieving true pleasure and happiness? Hello and welcome. Today we are going to take a step back in time and explore the wisdom of the ancient Stoics that might just challenge everything you have been taught about love. The Stoics had some really insightful opinions on human emotions, especially love. They believed that instead of letting our emotions rule us, we should learn to understand and control them. You would be wondering, what could this possibly have to do with our modern pursuits of love? Stick around as we explore the Stoics' teachings and find out why they believed that we should not chase love. But before we dive into the Stoic viewpoint on love, let's first know about the perspectives of some of its most influential thinkers. Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius were among the major contributors to the Stoic interpretation of love. Seneca, an eminent Stoic philosopher, wrote quite extensively about emotions, especially love. Love, in his opinion, is a natural and vital component of life, but he cautioned against letting it consume you. Seneca believed that love, like all emotions, should be moderated and controlled. It shouldn't turn into an obsession that takes us away from our path towards virtue and wisdom. According to Epictetus, our ability to differentiate between what we can control and what we cannot determines our level of tranquility. And while we have no control over whether or not someone else loves us, we have control over how we respond to these feelings. Stoicism revolves around the principle of preferred indifference. These are aspects of life that are inherently neither good nor evil, but can contribute to a good life if used wisely. And according to the Stoics, love falls into this category. Love, to Stoics, is neither a virtue nor something that is inherently evil. Rather, it can add value to our lives, but it shouldn't be the ultimate goal to determine our happiness. But when we talk about chasing love, what do we mean? Chasing love basically means to make finding a romantic partner our life's primary goal. It is the relentless pursuit of love, often at the expense of other interests and personal development. When we chase love, we are continuously looking for someone else to complete us, to fulfill us, and to give our lives some meaning. At surface level, this might not seem problematic at all. After all, love is such a beautiful and enriching part of human experience. But as we go deeper, it becomes evident that this mindset can lead to a variety of problems. First of all, it gives our happiness to someone else's hand. When we chase love, we usually associate our sense of self-worth and happiness with whether or not we are in a romantic relationship. We may feel incomplete or like we are failing when we are single. But the Stoics had a different point of view on this. They believed that contentment should be found within oneself rather than looking for it from external sources. Secondly, when we are so focused on finding love, we may end up ignoring other vital elements of our lives, like our personal development, passions, or friendships. We may become so engrossed in our desires that we lose ourselves, our originality, and the characteristics that makes us unique. Thirdly, chasing love can trap us in toxic or unhealthy relationships. In such cases, we may ignore red flags, keep tolerating mistreatment, or choose partners who are not right for us. Our desperation to find love makes us incapable of understanding what a healthy, respectful, and fulfilling relationship should look like. And finally, chasing love can be a never-ending and unsatisfying quest. When we are in a continuous search for love, we always live in the future and are always looking for the next big thing. Hence, we never get satisfied with what we have now. As Seneca once stated, He who is everywhere is nowhere. Chasing love, therefore, can lead to a life of frustration, continual striving, and ultimately sadness. But this does not mean that the Stoics were against love. In fact, they admired it, but they advised for a more cautious and more mindful approach. They advised that we should accept the things to which fate binds us and love the people with whom fate brings us together, but we should do this with all our heart. With this advice, we are encouraged to wholeheartedly engage with love when it comes into our lives. But we must avoid clinging and desperation while doing this. We should appreciate love, enjoy it, and engage with it fully, but we should never make it the only goal of our lives or the only source of happiness. In simple words, love should only be a part of our lives, not the entirety of it. These Stoic teachings about love encourage us in the direction of a healthier and more resilient approach to love. Your life can be significantly improved by adopting the Stoic perspective of not chasing love. This may seem paradoxical in a world where we are often told to pursue our goals with relentless determination, but Stoicism offers us a more nuanced approach. Firstly, not chasing love can seriously strengthen one's emotional resilience. Whenever we start determining our happiness and self-worth based on whether or not we're in a romantic relationship, we become vulnerable to emotional turmoil. So, by taking a step back and not frantically chasing love, we can establish an emotional equilibrium that remains stable regardless of whether love is present in our lives. Secondly, by stopping chasing love, we can focus on giving more time and energy to personal development, understanding ourselves, and nurturing our hobbies and interests. Always remember that you are already whole. So try to embrace solitude, because Stoics always believed in the value of solitude. Learn to spend time alone and start enjoying your own company, as it provides us space to think, evolve, and understand ourselves better.